Master Santiago is finally here, and after a great kickoff tournament, which was a lot of hype in pretty much all the regions, we finally have got the first international of this year coming up in Master Santiago. And so, what we're gonna do is, as always, today I'm gonna do the power rankings for all 12 teams coming into Master Santiago, and then tomorrow we'll do the pick'ems for the first four matches of the Swiss stage, as well as who I think is gonna get through the Swiss stage into the playoff stage. So yeah, without further ado, let's go into the power rankings. And first up, we're gonna look at the map elos for each of the teams. So here you can see for all 12 teams the elos that they have on each of the maps. As you can see, Furia, All Gamers, XLG, BBL, Gentlemates, Team Liquid, PaperX, and Nongshim, all 2, 4, 6, 8 of them have got a permaban, while the other four teams in Energy, G2, EDG, and T1, they have all played all 7 maps at least once. Overall, it's early on in the year, so I wouldn't say that the elo ratings are uh, like, I don't think they are that relevant yet. I don't think it like it gives you an idea, but it's not a clear representation of how good these teams are. But yeah, this is what it currently looks like. And then for the overalls, I've put them in here, ranked, and yeah, as you can see, number 1 is Nongshim, then shortly after G2, T1, and XLG, all 3 of these really close. Then kind of a big gap with Gentlemates then, and then Paper X, and then really close by BBL and NRG, as well as Furia, Team Liquid, and EDG, and then lastly All Gamers, which I guess is kind of a surprise since All Gamers are the first seed in China. But I would say that there's an argument meant to be made that all gamers are the worst out of the China teams, and the worst going into the event by addition of that. And yeah, overall with these elos, I think XLG are obviously the most out of place. I think the Chinese teams are clearly weaker than the other teams from the other regions, because yeah, China just doesn't look great overall, and so XIG are just a bit, their elo rating is a bit inflated because they beat a lot of Chinese teams who are obviously not great, and who are weaker competition than the teams in other regions had, right? Which is why they are so high. Also because they, as you can see, they just have a couple really great maps. But then also in Haven and Pearl, they got really bad maps. They also got a permaban. So yeah, I think even if we look at in the matches at the map elos, I don't think XLG will look that strong. But yeah, with this, that's clearly an outlier. And then for the rest, I think you could make an argument that these elo ratings are representative of how strong these teams look. Like, I think for the 8 teams that aren't the 3 Chinese teams or Team Liquid, um, you can really put them in any order you would like, and I think there's an argument to be made that holds true. But yeah, I still think that the gap between T1 and Gentlemates, that is a bit huge. Like, I think all 8 of these teams are really close by, like, in terms of skill. And yeah, I think apart from that, as I've said, could make the argument that this makes sense. But yeah, so now let's head into the actual power ranking. And here we are. And so, yeah, what I'm gonna start with is just the bottom four teams. As I've said, I think Team Liquid as well as the three Chinese teams are the worst. So I'm gonna put Team Liquid in C tier as well as XLG, since I think Team Liquid are probably still better than all of the Chinese teams. I don't know, I'm really not convinced by the Chinese teams. They really didn't look great. But I do think that XLG did look the best, even though AG won or came in first place. I still think that XLG looked stronger in their recent games, and in their wins they looked stronger than AG looked in their games, and AG's run was a bit of a fluke, I think. And um, like, not to take anything away from them, they really soundly beat these teams that they played against, but they really didn't beat any that insane teams. Like, the best team that they, or the two best teams that they beat were BLG and DRG, and BLG back then didn't look good at all. And then DRG played, they played the Reyna on two maps. So yeah, I think all gamers overall, they just didn't show as much that gives me hope in them as XLG did. And yeah, I think you could make the argument that XLG could win against Team Liquid, also because with their coach Roya, I think they generally have the best read out of the Chinese teams in terms of how to approach maps. But yeah, I've talked a lot about teams that I don't think will do anything. So then let's continue with AG and EDG, who I'm gonna put in D tier. I think AG, I would put them above EDG, but just because I don't have any trust in EDG either. I don't think CB has looked great thus far, and yeah, with Kang still not playing Yoru, it's kind of looking a bit rough for EDG. So yeah, that's how I feel about them. Then next up I would actually continue to go from the bottom up, and in B tier I would put, I think, Furia, NRG, and Gentlemates. At least these three I would put here. I think NRG has looked the worst out of the 8 good teams who could all win the tournament, in my opinion. But yeah, NRG is the only team who plays a different style. So because of that, I don't have a lot of trust in them. I don't think their style is gonna work out. It might, but I just don't think it will. And then I would put Gentlemates above Furia because I think Gentlemates look really, really good. Yeah, and then I think I would leave it with these three teams in B tier. And I would then go to A tier, where I would put BBL for sure. And I think Paper Rex and T1 as well. But I'm not sure. Like, especially with these 5 teams, to me, it could go. They're again really interchangeable. I don't know who's actually the favorite coming in, and of which team you can expect how much, especially since with the with the out of the 8 teams, the 3 1C teams with BBL, Furia, and Nongshim, a lot of their players are really unexperienced on an international stage, and so you don't know how good BBL will perform. I think because of that, I might put them towards the back. And then I have more trust in Paper Rex than I have in T1. Am I good? Do I think T1 are gonna perform better than BBL? To be honest, I just want to put BBL above T1 just because T1 only really had one great match, right? Their qualification match against RRQ, it was really insane. They played it really, really good. But before that, they didn't show really great performances. So that's why I would put them down here, towards the bottom of A tier. But obviously, it's their most recent match, so you can also make the argument that now it has clicked for this team, and now they're gonna be insane. So yeah, I think you can make an argument that they are better. I could even see an argument for them to be put in S tier, or as the favorites for the tournament. But yeah, for the moment, I would put them here. With BBL, I think I'm not too worried that they are gonna have nerves. I think they're gonna perform just based on the individuals. I think they're gonna continue to play with ego and that they are gonna frag out really hard. The individuals, right? Lovers Rock, LeRock, and Loiter, especially. I think these three are gonna shoot really hard, and then yeah, just Paper Rex. I mean, what can you say about this team? They're always great. And whenever they make an international, you have to be scared of them, and they can make a run to win it. So even though they're the third seed, I still think they have a really good shot at winning Master Santiago. And then in S tier, I would only put G2 and Nongshim. And I'm gonna put Nongshim in first and then G2. Yeah, Nongshim, I think everyone copied their style essentially. Dambi has been so insane. He's been playing really lights out. And yeah, he's just, in my opinion, he's right now the best player in the world. And yeah, just the space he creates is really insane, and he still frags out so well. And yeah, I think the team is also just so fun to watch. So because of that, I really like Nongshim. And then G2, they started off kind of rough, but then ever since they figured out their new style, and since they've been playing like they are currently, they've been really great as well. So yeah, because of that, I would put them in S tier. And yeah, I might get the you fell for it again badge, uh, and believe in G2 again, like I did all of last year, where I thought that at every international that G2 is gonna win. At least I have them in second now, but yeah, I don't know. I really like their style with how they're playing, and I think with Baby Bay the vibes are gonna be better. So yeah, I do have trust in them, and I feel decent about these power rankings. I know that I'm gonna have a lot of picks wrong here, a lot of positions wrong, but I do think that the top 8 teams, so from B tier upwards, it's so hard to predict, and because of that, like every tier list essentially is viable. And yeah, if I'm wrong, well, it's not like I wouldn't have seen it coming. So yeah, I feel good about this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What are your power rankings like? Who do you think is gonna win in the tournament? And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for the pick'ems, and I'll see you guys next time.